Yeah.
And today's topic is file system hierarchy. In the last session, we discussed about features of Linux. What are the features we have in Linux that we discussed in the last session? Right. Today's session is about file system hierarchy. It means what are the default directories we have in Linux. So that we are discussing in today's session. My screen is visible.
No, that's not so. Yes, yeah, it is visible. Yeah, it is visible now.
Visible, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So these are the file. This is the file system hierarchy. Means default directories we have in Linux. In Windows, once we install the operating system, in Windows A and B are reserved for floppy. Whether you are using or not, A and B are reserved for floppy. Okay, and it starts creating the drives from C. A and B are reserved for floppy in Windows, whether you are using or not. Okay, so it starts creating the drives from C. C is the primary partition, compulsory partition in Linux, in Windows. That is in Windows. Now coming to Linux. In Linux, we have forward slash. Forward slash is a parent directory. And I will explain about these directories now. Once you get the Telegram link, once you paid, you'll get the Telegram link. There I will share the notes also about this directories. And whatever today I explain, if you're not clear also, you can ask me. So first is forward slash. Forward slash is a parent directory or top level directory in Linux. Okay. Under forward slash, we have subdirectories. Forward slash is a parent directory or top level directory in Linux. Okay. Directory means folder. Windows we call folder. In Linux we call directory. Only name is different. Okay. So forward slash is a parent directory or top level directory in Linux. So forward slash contains subdirectories. These are the subdirectories under forward slash. It is similar to C in Windows. Okay, so the first directory under forward slash is root. Root is the home directory for super user. Super user means administrator. In Windows, we call administrator. Here we call super user. So root is the home directory for super user. As a super user, you logged in into computer, and if you create any files or directories, that data is going to store under root. And next one is home. Home is the home directory for normal user. As a normal user, you logged in into your computer, and if you create any files or directories, the data is going to store under home. If you log in as a normal user, and if you create any files or directories, that data is going to store under home. One moment. Now, if you log in as a normal user and if you create any files or directories, the data is going to store under home. Here, one more point is once a user is created, Immediately it creates a directory with same username. If you create a user Tom, immediately it creates a directory with same username. Now I created a user Tom. It creates a same directory with Tom name. Where it creates means under home. So when Tom user logged in and Tom is creating any files or directories, the data is going to store under home. Now if you create a user Jerry, immediately it's going to create a directory under home with Jerry name. Okay, so when Jerry user logged in and Jerry is creating any files or directories, the data is going to store under home. So home is the home directory for normal user, and boot contains bootable files, and kernel up to RHEL6 version kernel is stored under boot. I'm repeating again, /, it is a parent directory or top level directory in Linux. Okay, and it contains subdirectories. / contains subdirectories, and it is similar to C drive in Windows. Okay, and under / we have root. Root is the home directory for super user. Directory means folder, super user means administrator. If you log in as a super user and if you create any files or directories, the data is going to store under root. Now home is the home directory for normal user. As a normal user, you logged in into computer, and if you create any files or directories, the data is going to store under home. And boot contains bootable files and kernel. It contains bootable files and kernel. Sbin contains super user commands, the commands which can be executed by super user. That commands are stored under sbin. Bin contains normal user commands, the commands which can be executed by normal user. That commands are stored under bin. Okay, as bin contains super user commands, bin contains normal user commands. And USR contains default applications, applications which comes along with operating system. That applications are stored under USR. Var contains variable files. System log files are stored under var. Okay, it is like task manager in Windows. Dev contains devices information. Dev contains devices information means partitions. In Windows we call partitions, here we call device. And etc contains configuration file. System configuration files are stored under etc. As we discussed, Linux works with configuration files, right? That configuration files are stored under etc. OPT contains optional applications, applications which comes along, which installed by normal user. I mean, applications which we install manually. Like if we want, we install some applications. Like if you want, we install VMware, virtual machines, we install Java softwares, we install, or team viewer we may install, like that. Applications which we install manually, that applications are stored under opt. Media contains external devices information means partitions information. External hard disk, external DVD writers, pen drives, information is stored by media. I'm repeating, external devices information is maintained by media means removable devices. Okay, and MNT contains, and one more thing, media contains external devices up to RHEL6 version. Up to RHEL6 version, media contains external devices information. Okay, and MNT contains partitions and their mounted directories information. Which partition is linked with which directory? That information is maintained by MNT. See, in Windows, once we create a partition, and if you format the partition means we can enter into the partition. If you double click on the partition, we can enter into the partition. There you can create, you can delete anything. If you want, you can create files, folders, you can delete files, folders, you can do everything from that partition. But in Linux, it is not like that. Once a partition is created and formatted also, we cannot access the partition directly. So then how we can access the partition means, we can access the partition by mounting. It means after creating the partition, after creating and formatting the partition, we also create a directory and will give the link between partition and directory. So that is called mounting. Once a directory is mounted with the partition, we can access the partition through the directory. Okay. Whatever data is created in this directory, the data is going to store in your partition. If something you are deleting from the directory, the data is going to delete from your partition actually. So what is this mounting? This you'll not get in shell scripting class. You'll get it in Linux administration. And next one is run. Run contains external devices information and kernel information from RHEL 7 version up to RHEL 6. Run, boot contains kernel and media contains external devices information. From RHEL 7 onwards, run contains external devices information and kernel information. Okay, I'm repeating. We have file system hierarchy in Linux. So means default directories in Linux. // it is a parent directory. / is a parent directory. Or top level directory in Linux. / contains subdirectories. It contains subdirectories. Directory means folder. In Windows we call folder. In Linux we call directory. Okay, and / is a parent directory. And it is similar to C drive in Windows. What it contains means it contains subdirectories. So the first subdirectory under / is root. Root is the home directory for super user. Super user means administrator. So if you log in as a super user and you created any files or directories, the data is going to store under root. Okay, and next one is home. Home is the home directory for normal user. Home is the home directory for normal user. As a normal user, you logged in into your computer and you created any files or directories. The data is going to store by default under home. And boot contains bootable files. System bootable files is stored under boot. Also kernel. Kernel also stored under boot. Up to RHEL 6 version, kernel is stored under boot. Next one is sbin. Sbin contains super user commands. The commands which can be executed by super user. That commands are stored under sbin. Bin contains normal user commands, the commands which can be executed by normal user. That commands are stored under bin. USR contains default applications, applications which we install manually. That applications are stored under USR. Sorry. I'm very sorry. USR. USR contains default applications, applications which comes along with operating system. Applications which comes along with operating system. That applications are stored under USR. Where contains log files. System log files are stored. Means task, it is like task manager in Windows. System log files are stored under where. Dev contains devices information. Means partitions information is stored under dev. etc contains configuration files. System configuration files are stored under etc. OPT contains optional applications, applications which we install manually. They are not compulsory to install. If we want, we install them manually. That type of applications are stored under OPT. Media contains external devices information, external hard disk, external DVD writers, removable devices information is maintained by media. And MNT contains partitions and their mounted directories information. Okay, and in media, external devices information is maintained up to RHEL 6 version only. And MNT contains partitions and their mounted directories information. And run contains external devices information and kernel information from RHEL 7 versions. So these are the directories we have in Linux. These are the default directories you will get in Linux. Okay, once you install the operating system, you will get this all the directories. So about this directories, every directory, the purpose of every directory, actually, if this is Linux administration course, means there you will see like what is MNT, how it is linking, everything. what is /etc. /etc contains external, etc contains configuration files, right? What are the configuration files, where we use the configuration files? This will see in Linux administration. Same, dev contains devices information, right? Devices means partitions. So what are the partitions, how to create the partition, this all the directories will see in actually Linux administration. As this is our shell scripting course, just information I'm giving, what are the directories we have. This on for shell scripting, this is not required actually. Knowledge is there, that is good. Okay, and in tomorrow's session I will show how to install the operating system. In order to write scripting, first of all we need an operating system, right? It may be Windows, sorry, it may be Unix or Linux. It may be Unix or Linux. So tomorrow I'll show how to install the operating system. Okay, so this is about today's session, and very sorry, apologies for my late login. I have internet issue here, so don't mind. Once I'll get the paid link, not only paid link, if it is demo link also. Once I go back to my place, everything will be fine. And tomorrow we'll see how to install the operating system. Okay, so this is about today's session, and fees for shell scripting 3000, Vinay. So this is about today's session. We'll meet tomorrow. So thank you for the session.